Okay, just so that everybody's on the same page, every now and then I forget to click the little button that turns on this calculator. So if you ever see this there, it means that you don't need another window to be brought in, but I'm just going to bring another window because I like the side-by-side comparison. So just like this, right? So so that little button will pull up a calculator. Depending on which calculator I show you, that's the one that it'll show you as well. So so here it's going to tell us to do both of those. So I'm going to write both of those. So x squared, right? And then the second one says negative parentheses. I'm literally typing everything they say. X plus 1 quantity squared to the squared. And then if I write plus 3 here, it'll show where I want it. And a lot of you already had a bunch of these things. My question to you was, hey, what is your job plus 3? What is your job plus 1? Did anybody see that when you did it? Did anybody see, did anybody figure that out? Let's snip this picture really quick. Did anybody find the job of that plus 3 and that plus 1? I'm just gonna copy this onto our notes so you guys have access to it later. Oh, I don't want this. What are you doing? Cancel. I want this. Yeah, that's what I want. Oh, you're not behind. Okay. So here goes. I'm gonna put this right here so we can look at this one. There. Anybody see what was the job of that plus 3? What was the job of that plus 1? Yeah, so some people are bringing in some pretty awesome language. Very good. Feel free to go to the public chat here. Nice. I got a bunch of people talking about how certain things moved certain things. Very good. The more you answer, the easier it checks whether you go that okay. So yeah, if you notice here, you can clearly see number 1, there's a reflection of some sort. I wonder whose job was that reflection? Whose job? Who told you to do reflection? So each one of these things, if you've ever done programming goes like this. Each one of these characters is specifically there for a reason. So if you think about your favorite book, your favorite movie, your favorite song, every single thing in there was placed there for a reason. So just like math, every single thing here was placed there for a reason. So some people already said this negative reflected it down, and kind of the negative where it was placed, absolutely. That's exactly what actually happened. Very good. So yeah, so that negative made the thing go upside down, just for proof for the pudding here. Negative x quantity, x squared. Do you see the green guy? See how he's a reflection of the red guy? So the first thing that happened is we reflected down, and then we have this movement, and a lot of you put the correct movement. This plus 3 moved it up 3. That's why that point up there is now a 3 as your y, and it moved left 1. Now, why did it move left 1? What did we talk about? Why did it move left 1? And you'll all say different things in your own terms, just to make sure that that makes sense to you. Okay. So some people say things like it's happening 2x. That's how I say it. It's happening 2x. Some people say this plus 3 is happening to the y. And that makes me think of going in the y direction. So very good. Same thing goes here. You can imagine what this does to those things too. So I'm going to pop out my little thing. There's 2 to the x. What do you think happens with this minus 3? What do you think happens with this minus 3? Okay, feel free to go and publicly chat. Publicly chat out loud. So some people say it goes down 3. Some people say it turns positive. Someone said it adds 3. Some people said it goes down 3. It moves down 3. It moves down 3. Okay, so now we got it. Yeah, it moves down 3. So can you imagine why this moves down 3? What's the language that I'm explaining to you here? What's the language that I'm trying to get you to understand? Why would it affect down 3? Why would it go down 3? Because if you can get that, why it moves down 3, then you're a little bit ahead of the game, okay? Because then when I get to the logs and stuff, when we move things around in that way, it makes more sense, okay? So the reason why it moves down 3, someone said, let's see. Oh, someone said because it's moving towards the negatives. I like that. But negatives is also left, right? So negatives is also left. Why didn't it move left 3? Why didn't it move left 3? Yeah, because we're talking about the y direction. Very good. We're talking about the y direction. Oops, my bad. Very good. So not only, don't tell me, oh, because it's subtract 3, say it's subtracted 3 in the y direction because it's happening 2x. Yeah, someone else said it's not in the parentheses, Miss Johnson. That's exactly what I was trying to like hint on. It's if it was in the x direction, you would see it next to x, right? It would be right next to x. Kind of like, you know, like I was the younger little sister. I'd always be following my sister around, like everywhere she went, I went. So 2 to the x minus 3. Yeah, this is what happened. You guys all said it moves down 3, Miss Johnson. That makes sense. As opposed to if I did it like this, right? If I did it like this, do you see this green function? I'm going to turn off the blue function for just a second. Do you see how the green function moved it to the right 3? It like slid it over, right? So here, physically noticing, one of your classmates says, Ms. Johnson, see how this is in parentheses? That's affecting the x. See how this is not in the parentheses, Ms. Johnson? That means it's affecting the whole function. It's affecting the y. Does that make sense? When I say y, I mean the whole function. Our base function here, the parent function, they sometimes call it, is 2 to the x. Very good. All right. So I'm going to end this video.